Turn into him.
What can I do for you?
And that's the new crafting system. That's really cool. I very much approve of this change. I had not seen this change live, so this is much superior. Mama Bride says, I like picking my own better than the bundled. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Tavarota says, Lotro is my MMO also. I've not played for years. The hype is massive. Your videos are what made me reinstall today. By the way, is 64-bit. Yeah, the new servers are 64-bit servers. By the way, we talked about this earlier. Zero lag on the 64-bit servers. It's been amazing compared to the free-to-play options where it has server lag. So, developer Maximus says, "You're going to be playing this for a while." No, probably not. I'm striking while the hammer's hot because there was a huge interest in a bunch of people asking me to play it because they wanted me to do updated guides and stuff. So, I've got about 2 weeks until the War Within starts. But my main jam right now is No Man's Sky. So this is very much something I'll play it. I'll probably stream a little bit in the evenings. Maybe once a week I'll stream it during the day, but the main stream right now is No Man's Sky. So the multi-streams right now are around that game. Then once the War Within starts on the 22nd, that will be the main game for a few days. And then my World of Warcraft nights are already scheduled for Wednesday nights and Saturday nights. Raid nights are Saturday nights. And then Star Wars Outlaws starts on the 27th. Then that becomes the main game. And then Space Marine 2 becomes the main game. And then in between there is like No Man's Sky and a little bit of Lord of the Rings Online Legendary. Yeah, so it's not. I'm definitely not maining it, and I'll play it for a bit, But I've been playing this game for launch, so I'm not compelled to play it a lot because I've seen it a lot before. But I'm happy to jump on when we're seeing big numbers on streams and videos, everything else, because it's the cost of opportunity, and this is my day job. So I do have to be conscious of when the iron's hot, make hay while the sun shines, all those good adages. Now we need to speak to the Master of Apprentices again if we wanted to forget something. So it doesn't exactly prompt. Who is the Master of Apprentices? Because it's not counting her as the Master of Apprentices. Out of pure curiosity. The Master can be found by following the left path once you enter the comb. Were they outside or something and I ran right by them? I might have, I don't know. No, it shows them. Let's untrack all the other quests. Just out of curiosity. Threat from spiders, disease among, prologue. Builders go off. Yeah, so that's that must be a bug. Because it's totally not, it says speak with the Master of Apprentices in Comb. Let's untrack these from the minimap. Okay, and also, hang on, that was the wrong one. Untrack this one. Nem says, I haven't been able to complete this quest either. Never found the Master of Apprentices. That sounds like it must be a bug. Probably a bug. Because this is definitely the Mistress of Apprentices. There's not a Master. It's definitely her. All right, someone said you could get a fourth. That's for get recipes. This says get more. How would I get a fourth? Where would that be in the Lotro store? Character? Upgrade? I should probably just look for it. What would that be under? Crafting? Crafting. Hang on, here's a crafting thing. Craft boosts and tools. I've already got the craft kit. I have no idea what it would be. Someone did say that you could get a fourth with lotro coins, but I don't know how. So it's not a big deal. If I can, I'll figure it out later, and I'll come back and also pick up prospecting so that I can mine along the way. But what I really want to do is just come here and see what they were talking about. Get a letter of commendation, detach item, that'll be the boxes we get. Let's untrack that, track these. And we're gonna recall, and we're gonna go back to Brockenbrook. Nem, where do you unlock the 4th slot, Nem? Because you just said I did the 3 gathering professions, scholar, forester, prospector, and unlocked the 4th slot to get woodworker as well. Like, where did you find how to unlock the 4th slot? Because when I check here, it says get more, but it just puts me into the... like the landing page for the Lotro store. It shoots me to this, the adventuring pack. Limited 1 per account. Steed, writing skill, weapon aura. That's not it. So I'm generally curious, how do you get the 4th crafting slot? Or crafting profession. This is one I don't actually know. I'm playing directly from the Lotro client. I don't use Steam for this game. I've never used Steam for this game. All it's showing me is that Nem says that's how I did it. It's odd that it's not pulling it up on the store. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. And I don't know what it's actually called, but like when you click this to get more, it just defaults to this right here, and it shows you the limited time offer. Oh, you know what? I wonder if... No, see, it's showing the most popular... It's just showing 5 items as limited time offers. That's cosmetics. Huh. Yeah, I don't even see 4th profession. Like, putting 4th in here doesn't even show me anything. Or profession when I search. I wonder if it's bugged. We could look it up later. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot to do while I was in Combe was go to the... I should have ran over to Bree and gone to the bank. Because I am running out of inventory space. Salty said the get more button isn't working every time. I had to click it multiple times to get it to work. Okay. Now, here's another quest. This one actually wants me to go see Jill, the Mistress of Apprentices, which is different from the other one, which wanted me to talk to the Master of Apprentices. All right. Which, since we just did that, I'm totally going to ride back down there and turn that in real quick, because I want to see if maybe that'll prompt me to something. Yeah, I've heard a lot of issues about Steam as well. Oh, I've clicked on it multiple times, Buljar. It's just not working. And we have 2 quests. One says Master of Apprentices, and this one says Mistress of Apprentices. So I'm going to at least go turn in the one that says Mistress of Apprentices, because we know that one will be turned. We could turn that one in for sure. The only pro I could see to playing on Steam would be that it has partial controller support. So if it works on anything like Guild Wars 2, you could come in and set up a controller. And I do prefer playing my games with controller. It's one of the reasons I love World of Warcraft. I don't normally sit this close to the desk. Those of you who tune into the daily streams, I'm usually sitting farther back because I'm actually kicked back with my feet up playing with the controller. Because I play mostly console games and wow. I don't do mouse and keyboard too much. Alright, so now we can turn into her.
How can I be of service?
Got the deed for the ding. And a whole bunch of stuff just happened. We now have our wood tracking. I'm never going to use that right there. Somebody said, there it is. It worked that time, guys. Maybe I just had to ding. Maybe I had to ding to get the 4th. But it's 1,000 points. So there we go. I can add this to the crafting video as well. Because it looks like you can get a 4th slot. So that's really cool to see how the changes for crafting have taken place. Very cool. We're definitely buying that. Sweet. And now I'm going to go get mining because hell yeah. How do I pick up a 4th? Hang on. Did it put it in my inventory? Yes. We're going to, I think it's Prospector.
Greetings.
Dude, this is so cool. So now I can mine, I can harvest wood, I can get hides, I can make all my own gear with the tailoring, I can make all my own weapons, and I can be selling ore on the market and making money. Hell yeah! Am I lifetime VIP? I wish I was. When VIP was around, when the lifetime options were around, I was traveling full time and was not in a position to take advantage of that because I wasn't playing enough to justify it. 15 years later, it would be awesome if I was a lifetime VIP. No, but I'm not. Pedro says, is it worth to play only for history lore for free? Yes. How much can I play without pay? Level 1 to 90, up to Helm's Deep on the free-to-play servers. You're asking because from Brazil, so it's much more expensive because it's only in dollars. Correct. Totally get it. I live in Mexico, so I get it. It's, you know, it's my homestead is in Mexico. So a lot of stuff, you know, here in Mexico is more expensive than it is for other people because we're on the peso. Go play the free game. You can do level 1 to 90 to up to Helm's Deep. All the races are there. There's no gold caps. I think almost all of the classes are there, other than the Mariner and like the Brawler. I think, 'cause those are the 2 new ones. And you can play so much of this game absolutely for free. And then if you like it, you can pay a subscription and get access to everything. And I don't know if they do combos anymore, but I remember back in the day I picked up for my brother. I got him the I think it was called the Quad Pack. It was Shadows of Angmar, Mines of Moria, Mirkwood, and Rohan for like $40. It was a 4-in-1 pack, and I don't know if they do any more of those combo packs anymore. You just finished the Jedi Knight storyline in the Old Republic. Now I'm gonna go start playing Lotro, says Pedro. Awesome. Farfuffle says, one of the joys of getting old, I think, is gamers are getting older. Devs are catering more to our growing frailty with controller support. Yeah, the evolution has been nice because, like, in Shrouded, as an example, I can go in and it seamlessly switches between mouse and keyboard and controller. No Man's Sky, you could seamlessly switch between mouse controller. I pretty much these days, I get a lot of offers to play um, free games, and I get a lot of keys given to me. And I would say 95% of the free keys I get for like Steam games or GOG games and stuff, and Epic games are like early access titles that only have mouse and keyboard, and I won't play them. If your game comes to me and it's a modern game and it only has mouse and keyboard, I won't touch it. Older games like this I will, because I understand it's older tech, and it is a trick when you have a limited development team to also add controller support. I would love it if they did. This and Star Wars: The Old Republic. I would love it if these games would add controller support, but they won't because they don't have the budget for it. They didn't even add it to World of Warcraft until Shadowlands, which was just a few years ago. So it even took World of Warcraft 15 years to add controller support. So it is definitely a budget issue. Um, Unless your game is also going to be on consoles like Final Fantasy XIV, in which case they do have a controller option even for the PC. But yeah, I won't touch modern games if they don't also offer me controller support. It's like if your game forces me to use mouse and keyboard, I don't want it on my computer. Like somebody wanted me to try Dungeonborn the other day, and I was like, oh, this looks really cool. The videos look awesome. And then I go to the Steam page and it says no controller support. And I went, nope. Looks great. Trailers look awesome. Not going to play it because you don't let me play it with a controller. Introduction to Prospect.
Stay a moment.
Let's do this really quick so that we can get this out of our quest journal.
What do you need?
Oh, the lights are flickering. If I lose power, guys, that'll be it for the day. It's almost noon. There are storms coming in today. That may be wind pushing the power lines. What are we supposed to do? Copper ingots. You guys can totally see the lights flickering. It's the thing about living in the boonies sometimes. Living out in the middle of nowhere on a homestead. Sometimes there are issues.
Greetings.
Yeah, scaling is another one, Farfuffle. So as an example, the machine that I'm running this on right now is a 4K machine. But right now I have the default UI, the default resolution on the monitor to be at 1920 by 1080 because I was playing EverQuest 2 for a little bit with the guys, and that game didn't have any scaling for 4K resolution. I don't know if this game, I haven't actually looked to see if this game has 4K. I know they have a UI scaling tool, but I haven't checked whether or not it has 4K resolution support. But that's another thing where it's a money issue for the dev teams, so I just don't expect it of old games. All right, now we can go back because we've actually got prospecting now, which is freaking awesome. Ooh, I got more mail. Bango Boffin. All right, we're gonna take a minute. If you've never played this game before, the Bango Boffin quest line, you need to do this. Someone was asking about side quests earlier. Should I do side quests? This is the perfect example of a side quest that you should 100% do because it leads you all over Middle Earth, and you earn these special tokens that can be spent at a specialty merchant that you find along the way at various points. And you can buy maps of Bingo Boffin's journey through Middle Earth. So you get these maps, and they have different sizes of maps which you can place within your house. I have videos up of our Ken Hall on Laurelin showing those maps. They're so cool. Also, the storyline is really cool because along the way, early on in the storyline, you're going to meet a hobbit who inadvertently traveled all the way to Isengard, and he didn't know it. But the story is so much fun about how he went to Isengard and came back, and he didn't know where he went. But you, as a reader of Tolkien or a viewer of the movies, will know exactly where he went based on the things that he talks about from the journey that he went on. It's so much fun. and you get some hats. You get like a hat rack for your house. There's so many cool cosmetics you can get from them. So you can get like a mug, just really cool cosmetic items. They're a lot of fun. Highly recommend that you do the bingo boffin quests when you come across them. Um, so much worth it. So much worth it. So much worth it. That's probably not right English grammar. It's so much worth it. It's definitely worth it. All right, now we need to ride back. Go back down the road to Archit. Very, very impressed with the 64-bit servers, everybody. I have not seen a single instance of server lag. Nothing, no hitching or anything. Look at this. Listen to that music, guys. The music is so chill. Yeah, Bingo's quests are the best for sure. Nim says, didn't end up going River Hobbit Hunter. I had, I thought about it, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to do a human. The human, I like the look of the armor on the human. It's a standard starting experience for me to show off Bree for the videos, so it's great for new players. I do want to go see the River Hobbit starting area stuff, so at some point I'll probably do that on my own time. I'll probably go do my River Hobbit burglar. At some point, you never know. Yeah, this ride is showing the buttery smooth. It's pretty awesome. It's very awesome. Very, very cool. I actually haven't even listened. I don't even think my fans have barely kicked on. This is also a new rig, though. It's got a 4080 in it, so it's overkill for this game. But it's running like silk right now, which is really, really cool. It's going to be interesting to see the timeline for them getting the tech moved out to the free-to-play servers. I've always played elves before for my hunters, by the way, too, Nim. But looking at the hunter this morning and the character creation, I was like, the gear just looked really good. So being able to make my own gear, I was like, I think we'll just go for this. All right, guys, I've been going for 3 hours. I have got to go bio and get a cup of coffee and a snack. Give me 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. I will be right back. It's going to be the chair stream, so say hi to my, destroyed chair, because it's just, the cats have destroyed it. All the claw marks. Smeagol finally decided he was ready for the office. He's like, I'm ready for the air conditioning, Dad. It's hot outside. All right. Let's get caught up with everybody. God, the goats make the most horrific sound in this game. Somebody's got a goat mount. Where are you at? Somebody has a goat mount. I totally just heard it. When you dismount in this game, the goat mounts can make... They have like 3 or 4 different like standard audio cues that they have. One of them sounds like somebody's killing the goat. It's horrible. It's one of the most horrific goat cries you will ever hear. My brother and I die laughing every time. And it's one of the funniest things to do is just to sit there when you've both got goat mounts and just like spam your mount dismount button. Because it'll start. You'll get all sorts. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. We have lots of cats, yeah. We have, so when we moved in, when we bought this homestead 2.5 years ago, actually close to 3 years ago, I think we bought this place, but when we moved in February of 2022, so 2.5 years ago. Dora was she came with the house. She was like, she just showed up one day. And she was starving, so we started feeding her, and about a week after we started feeding her, she started coming inside, and somehow she stuck inside one night and slept in the house. And I woke up at like 5 in the morning to find this cat outside the office door, and I was like, how the hell did you get in here? Did you sleep in here? And then as I'm talking to her, I hear this meow, meow, meow outside, and I'm like, what the hell? And it was a little kitten that had come looking for mommy because mommy didn't come home last night. And that was the first kitten we found. I captured it. It's probably about 2-3 months old, like somewhere like 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Got bit, was like, shit, rabies, worried about stuff, and, it is what it is. It was a wild cat from the woods, a feral cat. And so it was one of her kittens, and then she left the house a couple hours later and then came back. And I remember because I came out of the bathroom, and I'm looking out the back door, and I see Dora coming, and she's sitting in our backyard, and she's calling to the woods behind her property, and I just see this little tail come out of the woods, and I'm like, oh no, she brought more, and it was just one more. So those were the first two. That was Luke and Leia, if you can tell where my interests lie. Turns out she was pregnant, and we didn't know she was pregnant, and we then found out she was pregnant. She was a street cat, and we tried to get her spayed, but none of the vets would do a late-term spay here in our town, this little town where we live, because they didn't want to do the abortion. So we just had to let her have the 5 babies, and she had 5 babies, and that became Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, and Smeagol. Those are the 5 babies that she had. So then we wound up with a boatload of cats. Sammy, unfortunately, Sam passed away. Sam got hit by a car last year. It was very traumatic for my wife because that was her first pet ever. Sam was the one she bonded with. But Frodo is the other one that has bonded with my wife. So Frodo is definitely my wife's cat. He likes me, but he loves my wife. And then we have Smeagol. If I move my camera a little bit, Smeagol just came into the office here. If I can move this, Smeagol's right there. And the funny story about Smeagol when he was a kitten is he ate a piece of sponge at when he was 3 months old. Like, he got a hold of a kitchen sponge because he was trying to look for things, and kittens put things in their mouth that they shouldn't. And he totally ate a piece of sponge, and for 3 weeks he had this little, and he was coughing a lot. And it was like he was converting to Smeagol, and my converting to Gollum. So we were always kind of chuckling, like, poor guy, because he's coughing, but it was like it's Smeagol converting into Gollum, because he's just poor guy trying to hack up a piece of sponge. That lasted for about 6 weeks, and he finally expelled it. But he's a good boy. Yes, they're 2 years old now. In May they turned 2. Smeagol is by far the biggest one. He's about, I would say he's probably 7 kilos. We haven't weighed him in a while. He's got to be 15 pounds. He's a big boy. And he's definitely, he's kind of an equally bonded with Chris and I. Um, but he bites, at nighttime he comes in, he'll grab your hair and he just yanks on it if he wants a snack. He's not very nice at night. And then he bites my legs all the time when he's hungry. But he's a good boy. And then Pippin is my baby. Pippin's bonded with me. She's not in the office right now. She's outside. And then we have Snow White, who we adopted. She was a rescue cat off the street about a year ago. I think almost exactly a year ago. We have way too many cats. And we have a bunch of chickens. We have egg chickens, meat chickens. We have a homestead channel for those of you who want to check that shit out. I don't post there horribly often. Every once in a while we do, though. There's links around. You can go dig and find it. All right. Normally I cut off at 3 hours, but we've got a pretty big audience today, so we're going to keep going for a bit more, guys. Do some more quests. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we'll be back to No Man's Sky for the daily stream, but I will be playing some more Lord of the Rings Online Legendary, probably in the afternoons/evenings. So you'll want to turn in and tune in anytime I'm live. I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch, so make sure to follow along in both places. Don't forget to hit up the Discord too if you want the maximum amount of notifications when I go live. There's also TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, Discord, and Patreon. And if you want to get involved with our gaming community, we are currently playing World of Warcraft Retail, starting the War Within soon. We have a really good, I forgot about this. We're not going to touch that. Our main gaming community is in World of Warcraft right now. But this year we played Enshrouded together. We played EverQuest 2 together. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Smeagol is a handsome boy. Yes, you are. Normally I start my stream a little later, and he'll wake up from his nap just about every day towards the end of my streams, and he'll come. Oh no, we've been booted from the game world. Did the servers just crash? I don't know. We're going to switch screens over here while we see what just happened. Do I like having fresh eggs? Hell yeah, I eat eggs almost every single day. That crashed my client all the way. I don't know what we did. Maybe the servers crashed. Here we were just bragging on the servers. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah, Angmar and Mordor downtime notice Friday, August 9th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Oh, the servers just went down. Well, I guess that's the end. I totally went AFK to come back to the end of the stream. Okay. Yeah, I just noticed I went to go reload the client and the client window. Here, I'll show you guys. Pardon my messy second screen. Angmar and Mordor will be unavailable on Friday. No, do not jump up there, buddy. Unavailable Friday, August 9th from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern for maintenance. Thank you for your patience, and we'll see you back soon. Well, I guess we're done, everybody. I was going to play for another hour, but since they decided to kick the servers off, we're going to wrap up. Are you coming over to Daddy's lap now? Where do you want to go? He doesn't know what he wants right now. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. As we wrap up here, I guess, since we're going to be quitting here, I may stream some more tonight. We'll see. Chris has got to go to her family's tonight. So if she's not here, I may sneak on and stream some more tonight. But tomorrow, we'll be back to No Man's Sky for the daily stream. So 11 a.m. Central, we'll be live on YouTube and Twitch playing No Man's Sky as we continue our journey there. For those who weren't paying attention or weren't here at the very beginning or you missed it, The Lord of the Rings Legendary thing for me is very much I'm going to be doing it in between all the other things I do. Once or twice a week, I might stream it. It just depends on the days and everything else. Um, and I will be doing some updated guides for some of the classes. I really want to check out the new Lore Master stuff, so I'll probably hop on and check out some of the Lore Master things. Probably start a burglar, dabble around here and there. But I got a lot of different things that I do. I play a lot of different games, so if you want to keep up to everything that I play, because it is a variety channel, just follow along on YouTube and Twitch, and you'll see all the things. The big thing is we're rolling from here, and No Man's Sky. We're going into The War Within on the 22nd, Star Wars Outlaws the 27th, Space Marine 2 after that, and then we've got Indiana Jones, The Veil Guard, Dragon Age, King of Crime Deliverance 2. Gamescom is going to be big. We're going to be doing live coverage of Gamescom later this month. Chris and I are prepping a rewatch of Rings of Power Season 1, and I will absolutely be reviewing Rings of Power Season 2 here on the channel, episode by episode. So stay tuned for that stuff as well. Check out all the other playlists on YouTube if you happen to be watching on Twitch. Big shout out to everybody. I had a ton of people do Twitch subscriptions today, and I had the audio cues turned off because it was getting overwhelming because it's the same cue for follows. So if I didn't thank you personally for subscribing, uh, just thank you in general for everybody who's supporting the channel. This is my day job, so I appreciate those of you who support and keep me on the air full time, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. I'm out. I'll catch you guys later. Have fun. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And if you have more questions, don't hesitate to ask. Check out the playlists. I've got one specifically for the Angmar adventures, and then my general Lord of the Rings Online playlist, which goes back several years and has all the stuff from over the years, plus my guides and my Lotro Cooking in Real Life series, as well as the Lotro Tourism series. There's also a Mondays in Middle Earth podcast. It's a couple of years old, but I started with The Hobbit, and we did an entire read through of The Hobbit all the way through to the Silmarillion. So it's got a whole bunch of episodes in it. It took us about 2 years to do that with weekly updates. So if you want to check out my Mondays in Middle Earth podcast, you can also go dig that up on YouTube as well. It is one of my favorite fantasy worlds, if not my most favorite fantasy world of all time. So until next time, everybody, stay safe. Happy gaming.